I am building a Hackintosh computer. I am done with Windows 10. I have no clue how many times I have done this intro, so I'm doing it different this time and I hope I nail it. Alright guys, in today's video I'm just going to sit here and talk to you guys and share what am I doing, why I am building a Hackintosh computer. I know I am a PC Master Race enthusiast and I am all about building great computers and all this great stuff, and I am not ending what I'm doing. Last week it was the final draw. It's where I marked the line and I said I am done with Windows 10. I am done using Windows 10 to be my base operating system for my video production. How else can I say it to be more specific, more clear? Late 2016, I said goodbye to my iMac. I said goodbye to Final Cut Pro, and I miss it so much. Now, I am not saying that Premiere Pro is garbage. I love Premiere Pro. It's an outstanding software. I think it's one of the best that I have ever tested, or actually that I have ever edited with, if I make myself more clear. I love it, and I am going to use it, maybe going to use it on macOS Sierra. Now I am going to build myself a Hackintosh because I want the power of a custom computer, and I want the lovely operating system. I love the operating system of Apple, Mac. I love it. I still have my MacBook Pro, my laptop, 2011, late 2011. My iMac was a 2010, late 2010. So, at the end of 2016, I am editing 1080p 60 frames per second. One time I tried to edit a 4K video and man, I imported that clip and it took forever to even go from 0 seconds to 5 seconds. That timeline was just bad. So I knew it was time to say goodbye to my iMac, because I wasn't able to do 4K videos for test comparison in games and stuff like that. So I knew it was time to say goodbye to my iMac. So I said I'm gonna start editing. I am not going to buy another iMac right now. I'm gonna use the power of my X99 5820K, i7 5820K. I'm gonna use the power of my GTX 1080 water cooled, whatever. And so far it has been great. Final Cut Pro, it has been great. Nice editing. I love the rendering. I'm using 32 gigs of RAM. Powerful machine. What I hate is Windows 10. I hate the Microsoft operating system. I hate it so much. So, Windows 10, Microsoft versus Mac. Mac all day long. The reason why I am on Windows right now, it's because I said goodbye to my iMac and I didn't want to buy any more Mac products. Bottom line, they're way overpriced, but their operating system, it's the best. Bottom line, hate it, whatnot. It's not for gaming, it's for production. Mac OS is not for gaming. You can game, yeah, but the performance is not going to be as close as Windows. That's it. DirectX. And I know that for a fact. Windows is great for gaming, but their operating system is garbage for production. And why do I say that? Well, maybe Windows XP is not. Because when I used to have my Windows XP computer, it was great. When I had my Windows 7 computer, it was fine. It was great. But Windows 10, Windows 8 and Windows 10, and more with the security issues and the whole spying on you and the whole BS, Windows 10, it's completely garbage. What happened to me last week? The blue screen of death. It's not the first time that this happened to me. It's not the first time that I have dealt with the blue screens, the random blue screens of Windows. What happened to me is that Wednesday, I shot the unboxing of the case, the Thermaltake Butte 27. I unboxed it, got my footage, saved it up on the computer, and the next day, I did my edits and whatnot, and the next day I shot the second part where I already built the computer and put all the parts together after doing all the mods and painting and whatnot. It was night, put my computer to sleep, went to bed, perfectly fine. The next morning, I come over, I'm ready, fresh to edit my video. I click on my mouse, nothing comes on. I click on the keyboard, that's how I wake up my computer. And I woke up and it got stuck into the booting screen. It got stuck, and then it went to the blue screen. Bling! The famous blue screen of Microsoft Windows 10. And this is what came up. So after this, I posted it on a forum, and the PC Master Race enthusiasts and whatnot. And not only one forum, a few forums on Facebook. And they tried to help me do this, try that, and I, after doing my own troubleshooting, and I found a dead end. There was nothing on my hands that I could do after doing my research. So it's when I posted it on the forums, I'm like, hey guys, I tried all these things. Have anyone come up with this error here? I found on Google that you can, try this, unplug the RAM, remove the RAM, try only one slot, keep trying slot by slot of RAM and whatnot. I did absolutely everything. So I got my USB Windows 10 bootable drive, and I put it in to try to fix, the operating system, but it wasn't fixable. Not even the Windows 10 installer could fix the operating system on the hard drive, on the SSD. So I said, man, I don't care about doing a fresh installation of Windows. I don't care about that. But I had some very important projects and some files in there from FL Studio, from Reaper, and my dumbass, what I did, even Minecraft was installed in there. What I did is I just saved it on the C drive. On my SSD, it's a 250 gigabyte SSD. I said, man, there's no problem here. I'll just save it here. But from that day in forward, I'll never do that again. Everything is on other SSDs, and on the C drive, there's no other programs. Nothing is saved in there but the operating system. So to make the story short, I lost everything on the C drive, on my SSD. I had to take it to the other computer, and every time I would plug it in and try to boot in, this is what would happen. Wow. And it's gone. So after all of this bullshit, guys, and this is not the first time that this happened to me, and there are thousands of people out there with the blue screens, thousands of people every day with the blue screens of Windows 10, and I don't think that I ever want to edit on Windows 10 again. I'm going to keep my machine, of course. I'm going to downgrade the parts, and I'm going to invest on a Mac Pro, which is way overpriced, I know that, but I am going to build myself my Hackintosh with this, the highest components that I can right now, because not everything is compatible with Mac, because pretty much you have to Hackintosh, you have to hack it, you have to hack the OS. So I'm gonna go with Mac OS Sierra. I already have the installer and everything. I already got my parts coming in. I'm waiting for the graphics card, I'm waiting for the processor and whatnot. So that's gonna be on another video. But what I'm going to keep Windows for is to play games. I am never going to keep Windows 10 series again. Windows 10 is to play games, and that's it. Probably stream. I am not going to use this machine as a workflow machine because Windows 10 completely sucked. And this happened to me before. Last year I kept getting these blue screens and my overclock was bad, and when my overclock was good, I kept getting this error that my RAM wasn't being detected. I keep, man, ever since Windows 10, the blue screens have become so famous. At one point, my SSD wasn't even showing on my computer. So I thought, man, I have a bad driver. And what happened is that after an update of Windows 10, all of my drivers, including the RAM drivers, including all of the drivers of the components of the computer, including the Intel chipset drivers, all of those drivers, they were uninstalled and they were deleted after an update. This was last year, so I had to reinstall all of my drivers. Windows 10 is just to play games, and it's way better than, and it's always going to be better than Mac, because Mac don't really care about, gaming. Even though you can game, but you won't get close to the performances you get with Windows 10. So guys, I'm gonna end the video with, be careful where you save your files. Make sure you don't install nothing to the C drive, absolutely nothing. If you want fast boot up on programs, on games, get a separate SSD, get a separate hard drive, but don't install nothing on your C drive, because if you have Windows 10, you can get this problem. And I am done with it. I am still going to keep my high-end machine. I'm probably just going to go with 16 gigs instead of 32 gigs of RAM, and I am not going to have a high-end machine like that again, or I am not going to take Windows 10 series for video production. I am going to Mac. And Final Cut Pro, here I come. I miss you so much. Alright guys, thanks for listening to me talk on my Tech Talk video. I'll see you guys next time.